But if you think the door is impressive, just imagine what's behind it. Now Lisa Maxima with a standard V6 for just $1,000 down and $289 a month for 36 months.
Comic relief. 6.
If you have never watched the show, maybe you don't know how to laugh. So here are a few laughs that you can try at home.
It's the nervous laugh.
The polite laugh.
The big burly Viking laugh.
The 20 packs a day laugh. Funny.
Now that you know how to laugh, join America's top comedians live for one of the biggest comedy events of the year.
Then there's the laugh that only dogs can hear.
Ow!
Comic Relief 6, live and only on HBO.
We're a part of the future. We're the heart and the soul. You're a part of me. That's the heart of me. Without you, I'm just a lonely melody. But together we are harmony. Dr. Pepper, you're a part of me.
The Critic. One critic called it the best new show on TV. All right, it was me, but I'm very hard on myself.
The Critic, coming soon.
Steve Young, another great season. He's already thrown for more touchdowns than anybody in the league, so he has clinched that. 27 TD, 16 picks. Waters is back after the knee injury. Rathman, the fullback. Rice and Taylor outside, and Brent Jones, the tight end. We'll check out the line in a second as the 49ers begin from the 20-yard line with John Taylor in motion. And Taylor on an end around. Seeks some room and picks up 5, takes it to the 25-yard line. Now up front for the 49ers. They've re-signed the tackles, Wallace and Barton. Barton will be going to the Pro Bowl. McIntyre, the left guard. Sapolo will get a Pro Bowl start, and Ralph Tam, the other guard. Sapolo starting in place of the injured Mark Stepnoski, was named to the team for the first time. And, of course, Jerry Rice annually starts in the Pro Bowl, and this year is no exception. 2nd and 5. Here's Ricky Waters carrying for the first time in a month and picking up where he left off, taking it out to the 29-yard line where William Thomas makes the tackle to the 34-yard line, a first down. Here's the Philadelphia defensive unit now. They picked up Refrigerator Perry in mid-year. Flores, Harmon's had a good year. Perry and Clyde Simmons will be a free agent tomorrow morning. Joyner will be a free agent as well. Evans and Thomas, the linebackers. The Little McMillans had a good year. Eric Allen will be going to the Pro Bowl. Waters and Miano starting for Hopkins, the safeties. Eric Allen is the only Eagle who will be in Honolulu for the Pro Bowl. Young on first down. The blitz is on. He gets it away to Taylor. And Taylor drags Mark McMillan for another couple of yards and may have picked up a first down. He's perhaps a couple of inches shy.
Bud Carson, the defensive coordinator for Philadelphia, didn't wait long to come with the blitz, and it was read quickly by Steve Young and John Taylor. Man-for-man coverage. They go against little Mark McMillan. I say that he's a good cornerback, but he's only 5'7", and he was dragged by John Taylor for the first down. There's Bud Carson, the defensive coordinator. Last week, Houston gave the 49ers fits with the blitz. You'll see a lot of it tonight from Philadelphia.
He picked up enough for the first, and Steve Young under pressure loses the ball. It is a live football. It is Byron Evans who picks it up and goes in for the touchdown. William Thomas created the fumble, and it's run in for a touchdown by the Eagles.
No question, last week Houston kind of got the word out. The 49ers had a tough time dealing with Houston's blitz. 2 times in a row now Philadelphia brings the blitz. William Thomas, no one to pick him up, Dan.
No, they didn't even have a man assigned to him, and if they did, it was a blown. Watch the left side of your screen. Thomas is going to come off the corner. Nobody even gives him a good look. Looks like Guy McIntyre, the left guard, saw him at the last minute, but at that, it was done. And this is exactly the way the 49ers looked offensively against Houston. And it was exactly what George Seifert was hoping they could correct coming into tonight's game. Well, it's nice to think about it, nice to work about it, work on it during practice, but the execution is not there.
Well,
think Steve Young read the blitz. His receiver did not.
And I'll tell you what else, Frank. He didn't do a very good job of protecting the football. Some of that's on Young.
Pressure. The game is up in the air. There's always one person that's...
7:36 remaining in the first quarter. An ignominious beginning for Steve Young on a night when Seifert said, I want to get this team in sync. Thomas created the fumble. That's the third game in a row in which Evans has recovered a fumble, and Philadelphia leads 10-0. Roger Ruzek with the field goal and an extra point tonight. His first kickoff resulted in a touchback. This one's a little shorter. Dexter Carter takes it at the 4-yard line. And Carter breaks it out past the 40 to the 42. Tackled by Mike Reed.
Boy, tremendous blocking on the front wall of the kickoff return by the 49ers. Dexter Carter had a gaping hole to get through. Look at the beautiful blocking up front as he's not even challenged until he's a good 30 yards upfield. And that's exactly the break the 49ers needed after falling behind in this ballgame 10-0.
39-yard return for Dexter Carter. First down. San Francisco at the 42-yard line, and here is Ricky Waters cutting it back. And Ricky out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Dan at the top touched upon some of the things as Eric Allen may have been flagged for a late hit.
Yeah, there was a flag thrown on the sideline right in front of the 49er bench.
Jerry Austin is the referee.
Personal foul, number 21, late hit out of bounds, 15 yards, first down.
Well, it's Eric Allen is the all-pro cornerback of the Philadelphia Eagles. Ricky Waters is a player that carries a reputation with him. And there is the little rabbit punch by Allen to the head. It's not a vicious blow by any means.
It could have almost been, Dan. Everybody knows about Ricky Waters. He can snap and blow at any moment, and it's not a bad way to get a good football player out of a game. Kind of tease him into it.
Not a great way to give your team good field position, though, by tacking 15 yards onto it. I know what you're saying, though. Waters is excitable.
From the 34, here's Jerry Rice making his 93rd catch of the season, tackled by William Thomas. Dan at the top was talking about some of the individual accomplishments we'll keep an eye on tonight. Steve Young trying to win the passing title coming into tonight's game, and we'll detail it a little bit later in terms of what goes into the pass rating. But Steve Young right now holding the edge over Troy Aikman. But the one thing that kills you more than any other thing would be interceptions.
And keep in mind, fumbles do not figure into the pass rating. So the fumble there that led to the Eagle touchdown does not hurt that pass rating.
On 2nd and 8, Brent Jones, the tight end, makes his first catch of the game. It's a San Francisco first down to the 19-yard line. Evans in on the tackle.
One of the best tight ends in this game today, and people continue because of Rice and Taylor on the outside to try to cover him with a linebacker underneath. Seth Joyner was in on the coverage. There he is, makes the tackle, but almost impossible because he's not one of the great blockers, but he's a good blocker, but he is like a wide receiver coming off the line of scrimmage. You have got to cover Brent Jones if you're going to beat the 49ers.
A lot of people here in San Francisco unhappy that he's the backup to Jay Novacek of Dallas in the Pro Bowl coming up. Over 20 receptions more than Novacek this season, yet he's the backup.
On first down, catch is made again by Brent Jones. It's an 8-yard pickup. He takes it to the 11-yard line. Andre Waters makes the hit.
49ers work this so well, too, and they'll keep going to him. All of a sudden, you got to come back, and then you get out of your double coverage on Taylor and Rice when you have to cover Brent Jones, and Steve Young reads that single coverage to his outside guys, and you're looking at the end zone.
Young 4 for his first 4 for 33 yards. 5 minutes to play, opening quarter. 10-0 Eagles. 2nd and 2. Ricky Waters. As he reaches the 10, he gets banged back. It'll set up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 from the 10-yard line.
Ricky Waters came into tonight needing 104 yards for a 1,000-yard season, and there was a question whether you should play him in tonight's game. Sore knee from a month ago, and he's wearing a brace tonight. He wanted to play. He wanted that 1,000 yards, and more than that, you play him a little bit, Dan. I think you see get the feel of it. He's going to be off another week, and you want him to get the feel of football again.
I think it makes his work the next 2 weeks of practice a lot more productive, having gotten some game action under his belt.
On 3rd and 1, he's going to lose a couple as Seth Joyner, who will be a free agent at the end of this game, rejected along with Clyde Simmons an offer from Eagles owner Norman Brayman last week to remain with the team, but conceivably could be back right there to make the tackle.
It was good timing on Joyner's part, knowing when to go upfield. He had a decision to make. Do I flow to the outside or do I get upfield through the gap? He chooses to come through the gap. There he comes right there from the left. And he is all over Waters. No chance at all for Ricky to turn upfield.
30-yard field goal attempt for Mike Kofer. And the kick is just good.
Ooh.
Just inside the left upright. So Kofer puts 3 up on the board. Eagles 10, 49ers 3 with 3:35 to go in the first. Just good.
Who won the lowest scoring game in Monday Night Football history? Can you get the right answer?
They come every year before the big game.
The Clump Brothers. Clump Brothers.
Super bucket.
15 pieces of original recipe or extra tasty crispy?
Original recipe. Wrestle ya!
But they can never choose between original recipe with 11 herbs and spices or extra tasty crispy marinated and extra crunchy.
Get both. 15-piece super buckets are just $9.99 each.
We do chicken right.
After you.
After you.
After you.
After you.
It was a near standoff in San Francisco when the Giants and 49ers met in 1990. And it was San Francisco who scored the only touchdown.
2nd and 5 with the 23. And Montana fires into the end zone.
You said the 49ers, you got the right answer.
This Goodyear Aqua Tread pumps away over a
Comes your way Wednesday night here on ABC. Brian Dennehy starring in the premiere of Birdland. You'll see it Wednesday night at 10 Eastern and Pacific, 9 Central and Mountain.
I need an explanation of the title. Birdland.
Well, the Eagles. I don't know. The Birds are leading tonight 10-3 as Herschel Walker takes Mike Kofer's kickoff and brings it back out to the 24-yard line. Eagles on top by 7 with 3:26 remaining in the opening quarter on the final night of the season at Candlestick Park. Mike Shadd on the Eagles sideline. His spot taken by Ron Holstrom, the 11-year veteran. Up front for the Eagles, who have the ball at their own 24-yard line. 3:26 remaining in the first quarter. The Eagles were still alive in terms of getting into the playoffs as late as last Friday. Had Washington defeated Minnesota, the Eagles would have had a chance to get in, but they were eliminated on Friday, and right now simply trying to finish the season at 500. They'd be 8-8 with a win. Brisker on first down. Throws near side. Bavaro makes the catch, and Mark, who has started every game over the last 2 years after missing all of 1991, is taken out of bounds by Eric Davis.
Frank documented early that one of the real pleasing success stories of this group here in Philadelphia has been their pass protection. And this is what happens when you get good pass protection. You get a chance to work the tight end, who in a lot of cases might end up being your second or your third choice. But the strength of this offensive line is that the kids that they've got on the right side, Davis and Holmes, and we'll get to these guys in a little bit. They are going to be great for a long time.
2nd and 3, and Herschel Walker takes it up to the 35-yard line. Mike Walter makes the tackle. It's a funny thing about Walker. People, I think, maybe more than ever, because of what he's done this year and the versatility he's shown and his durability, perhaps he is getting more appreciation than at any point in his career.
Well, I think a lot of people thought that a couple of years ago his career was over. And that's why it's been such a pleasant surprise to see how productive Herschel Walker has been this season for Philadelphia, especially when things have been